introducing first, he fights out of the blue corner. 22 years old, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 146 pounds. He has one victory, no defeats. He represents SBG Athens. From Commerce, Georgia, Dylan Haggard. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. 23 years old, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds. Tonight he makes his MMA debut. He represents Iron Clutch Fitness. From Kennesaw, Georgia, Jose Martinez. Third man in the cage in charge of the action is Georgia MMA pioneer, George Allen.
Martinez versus Haggard. 145 bout here. Both men are ready. Here we go.
Haggard in the black, Martinez in the blue, and a big leg kick by Martinez.
Coming out aggressive. But Haggard's trying to match that.
Oh, countered the kick with the right hand. And that's a beautiful counter there. That's what Max Holloway did against Jose Allen.
Beautiful 1-2 and then a double leg.
I'm telling you, the entries of Dylan Haggard are truly beautiful. You saw that in his debut. Now let's see if he looks to keep the fight standing. Also, for Jose Martinez, he needs to push the head down, try to wall walk, get back up to his feet.
Excellent position here for Haggard as he's right in his corner. He has the likes of Zach Cooper, Brian Bowles.
When you have former WEC champion Brian Bowles, the guy that defeated Miguel Torres, back when Miguel was on that unbelievable win streak,
He not only defeated him, but knocked him out, knocked him senseless.
Now Jose Martinez, he's trying to retain his full guard. Look at the top pressure of Dylan Haggard. But now Jose's pushing down the head. Dylan is so strong on top. He's looking to set up an arm triangle here.
Excellent way. Look at how he's maintaining his top pressure.
And what he did really...
He has an Americana here he's setting up.
And what he did really nicely there, Jamar, was that he took him away from the fence. Now Jose can't wall walk. Now we're in Dylan Haggard's world. And you know for a fact it's going to take a lot of inactivity for George Allen to stand this one back up. And as of now, Dylan Haggard's working. And as I say that, it looks like Jose has the arms tied up. He's working his way back up to the fence. Let's see if he can wall walk here.
See how long this fight stays on the ground as a stalemate before it stood up.
Very good retaining of the guard by Jose Martinez. You know, he was in a compromising spot for a second there. Now he's back in his guard. He's controlling the posture of Dylan Haggard.
Might be attempting a triangle choke here. Setting it up at least.
It does look like he has that far side wrist control. It's tough to tell from where we're sitting, Jamar, but he's definitely attacking off his back. It'll be interesting to see if Dylan attempts to pass to a full mount here. I know it's easier said than done, but when you're in MMA, you can't throw strikes to the face. You can only throw the body. There he goes. He takes him away from the fence again,
which is such a setback in MMA.
It truly is. Now, Jamal, I got to ask you because, look, your first 3 fights, you were under those amateur rules. Now you're an advanced amateur. How big of a difference is it to be able to hit someone in the face on the mat?
Although you couldn't really tell in my last fight, as I tried to keep it on the feet as much as possible, it's detrimental for sure. There's a big difference.
And you know, it's funny you say that you try to keep the fight on the feet, you know, as much as possible. But 10 seconds into the contest, you knocked down Josh Mara with a straight left. You were forced to go to the mat with him. And how did it feel on the mat knowing that, hey, I can hit this dude in the face now?
I mean, I knew I had to stay patient regardless. Hitting him to the body, hitting him to the face. I knew that Josh Mara was a very tough opponent, but patience was key for sure, like I said.
And speaking of patience, Jose Martinez is in the exact same spot that Nathaniel Tumbling was in Dylan Haggard's last fight. He was taken down at will. He was controlled on the mat. And now he needs to make a decision. Look, I know Dylan Haggard wants to come out here and grind me out. I got to stop him. I got to keep the fight standing. If he does take me down, I got to push down on the head. I got to wall up. I got to get back up to my feet and implement the kind of game that I need to win this fight. You know for a fact Brandon Behemoth Longano is giving him the kind of advice that he needs to go here in the second round and be successful. The question is, will he implement that advice here, Jamar?
Tough to say for both men. Really, they're so early in their career with Dylan's sophomore fight and Jose Martinez's MMA debut.
No, absolutely. But you see exactly what Dylan Haggard wants to do. He wants to get you right down the mat. He wants to control you. You can see he's got a very, very strong. Oh, big right hand, Haggard! Huge right hand by Dylan Haggard, and they're tied up. That's exactly where he wants to be.
Dude, the rule said if Dylan Haggard's corner was smart, they would tell him to keep it on the feet. He's clearly tagging him up every chance he gets with that right hand.
And you know, I'd like to see more exchanges on the feet there. I want to know if that was simply Jose looking for the takedown and he got caught by the element of surprise, or if simply Dylan's the better striker. And there he takes him down to the mat again. Jose's attacking the neck, but it doesn't look deep, and it's not deep at all. And he's back in top control. So now, once again, like we said in the first round, Jose's got to work his way back up to the feet. He's got to use the wall walk, or push off the hips. Whatever works better for him. The thing is, it's easier said than done when you're dealing with someone with the top control, Dylan Haggard. What a strong dude he is.
Once again, right in Dylan Haggard's corner. Haggard on top. Somewhat of a repeat of the first round. Exact same position.
And you know, future opponents that are watching Dylan right now, they're saying, okay, I can't let this dude take me to the mat. He's obviously super strong, and on the feet he's not half bad either. You saw that straight right he landed, Jamar.
Very vicious. Landed right on the chin, clearly rocked Martinez.
And I have a feeling this is going to be one of those kids that once he's able to strike on the bottom to the face, you might be seeing him open up his opponents with elbows. You might see him posture up, land big shots, and he might even be getting some ground and pound KOs in years to come.
Haggard, that is.
Absolutely.
Haggard really just grinding him out here, jumping to half guard here. Could tell he has either a jiu-jitsu or a wrestling background.
Listen, if I had
Either way, he's very explosive tonight.
If I had to put money on it, I'd say wrestling.
Yeah, with his shots and double legs.
You don't often see jiu-jitsu guys with those kind of entries, Jamar. Nice. That was beautiful. But he gives up position.
Oh, and now Martinez has the neck.
Nice shot. Wow.
Right back to the mat.
How relentless is Dylan Haggard? What's the name of the dude that beat your brother?
Nicholas Torrance.
You know, it's too early to make matchups now, but what would you think about a potential matchup with Dylan Haggard and Nicholas Torrance?
I think that's a great matchup to make. It's a very striker versus wrestler matchup. A more appropriate size matchup for Nicholas Torrance rather than his last matchup.
Agreed. So, once again, it's probably 2-0 for Dylan Haggard. He's in the exact same spot he was in his debut. And now for Martinez, this is his debut. He needs to know, look, man, I got to go out here. I got to finish this fight. It's not enough for me to win the round. I have to go out there. I got to knock this dude out, tap him out, whatever it takes. Final round. We'll see if Jose can do what it takes to get Dylan Haggard out of here, because right now Dylan's in full control.
I love how relaxed and focused Dylan Haggard looks in there.
You know, it's probably that wrestling background that we assume he has.
Only one fight, and he's already looking like a 10-fight veteran in there.
And I
as far as comfortability goes.
And I love that straight right to the takedown. That's a beautiful entry that he has, and there again, he's right in on the
Another
head.
takedown, and once again, right in the corner of Dylan Haggard.
I'd love to know the wrestling credentials of Dylan Haggard. He's so strong on top. And you know, Jose doesn't want to be there. Jose wants to get back up to his feet. Jose wants to win this fight. Dylan is simply taking it away from Jose right now.
Keep fighting it, Jose. Keep going, bro.
Once again, you have such veterans in both men's corner. Brian Bowles, Zach Cooper, Brandon Longano, Muhammad Sadiq, Byron Bloodworth. And how could I forget about the legendary Rory Singer?
And a good stand-up by George Allen here. A big right hand by Jose Martinez. He needs to let it go here. Stuff to take that big right hand.
I love Haggard's chain wrestling.
He needs to pull his leg out, either try to take the back or get back up to his feet. If Dylan's able to get on top here, wow. Wow. How relentless is Dylan Haggard with his wrestling?
What a fight here from both men.
It's really what a performance by Dylan Haggard tonight. I know Jose had a little flurry there, but it was too little too late.
But what heart to keep coming forward. Such a tough opponent.
100%. He's a very tough guy. He'll live to fight another day, but tonight belongs to Dylan Haggard so far.
We're no matchmakers, but we already made Haggard's matchup or prediction. What would you say for Jose Martinez?
That's a good question. You know, there's so many options in that featherweight division. One of the most stacked divisions in the entire sport. He's got a long way to go, and I'd like to see him matched up with a striker next.
One person I'm interested in seeing him fight is actually the person Nathaniel lost to at NFC 97. Can't quite remember his name, but it's a very, stylistically it makes sense. They both have the same exact body type, it seems. Very interesting fight to make out of that.
And you know, with Dylan Haggard, he's so dominant with his wrestling, but we were actually able to see other parts of his game tonight. You know, it's not a matter of him just dragging it to the mat. It's the way he set it up and dragged it to the mat. That straight right into the takedown entry was absolutely beautiful tonight. And it'll be interesting to see what happens when he gets in there with someone that can stuff his takedowns and keep the fight standing. I'm very curious to see that part of his game. And hopefully our amazing matchmaker, Jesse Rabel, can give us the Nicholas Torrance with Dylan Haggard fight next. Dylan Haggard with the hard-earned unanimous decision victory here over Jose Martinez.